Hello dear students, welcome to our second online class of Lakers Public School and College. Today our topic is Unit 10, Peace and Conflict, and Lesson 5, Peace Movements. At the very beginning of our topic, we will concentrate on the question that what type of movement a peace movement is. Peace movement is a social movement. We have to understand that it is a social movement. It is not a political movement. It don't have any political ambition, but these movements wants to influence the political stage, so that the politicians or those who are involved in taking different decisions about state and political forces, they are influenced by the social movement or peace movement, so that they cannot take or they don't take any decision about making a war or something like this. It is not directly involved in politics, rather it is a social movement that influence political decisions or political persons. Next one is the ideals this movement wants to achieve. What are the ideals that this social movement or peace movement wants to achieve? First one is ending of a particular war or all wars. These peace movements are always focuses on ending of wars. It may be a particular war which is going on in a particular place or in particular country, or it also may concentrate on ending of all the wars of the world. Next one is minimizing interhuman violence in a particular place or situation. Second one is there are two types of violence. One is war and another is interhuman violence, which is not totally a war, or rather it is called as riot or something like some violences which is not considered as war, rather in a lower scale from war. This kind of violences occur in some particular place or particular situations. Our peace movements also concentrate on ending of such interhuman violences in particular places or situations. Next one is include ban of guns. Third one, include ban of guns. It is one of the most sought after ideal of peace movement. Banning of guns is a way to reduce wars or interhuman violence. If people don't have arms on their hand, they cannot easily indulge into any kind of violence or any kind of wars. Next one is achieving world peace. The last one. After doing all these things, the ending of war, ending of interhuman violence, banning guns. After doing all these things, peace movement lastly or the finally wants to achieve world peace. It is the final or the most important thing that a peace movement wants to achieve. Next one, the means, the ways, means ways by which they try. They means peace movement, the members of peace movement try to achieve these the goals. The goals are written here. These goals are achieved by these means or these ways. First one is advocacy of pacifism. First one is we have to, or the peace movement people or the members of peace movement advocate about pacifism. They don't promote violence, they don't promote war, or they don't promote the use of arms in any situation. They rather advocate about pacifism. Next one is nonviolent resistance. Resistance are in maximum time are violent, but they have changed the idea of resistance. They have made it non-violent resistance. They have made resistance as non-violent. Next one is some smaller ways that can be called diplomacy. Boycotts. Boycott means to exclude something, or kind of non-cooperation, etc. Next one is demonstration or peace camps. All these are a kind of way which is shown in a public sphere. Next one is supporting anti-war political candidates in different countries. The political candidates who tries to promote peace are always supported by the peace movement members. Next one is creating open government and direct democracy. Creating open government and direct democracy helps in many regards to achieve peace or achieve world peace, because when some government is open and every sphere of people from every sphere of life, or every race and every part of the nation can contribute or can take part in government, then this kind of government is becomes more representing. And when direct democracy is practiced, then everyone's opinion is respected in a particular country. So this kind of government, or this kind of democracy tries to reduce the possibility of war or possibility of violence. Next one is supporting people who exposes war crimes and conspiracies to create wars. The people who expose war crimes and conspiracies to create war are supported by the this kind of members of are supported by the members of peace movement. Next, the beliefs or ideals that peace movement tries to achieve or tries to get are that they believe that human beings should not wage wars over language, race, natural resources, religion, and ideology. If we see that, or if we think that most of the wars or most of the violence are created because of language, race, natural resources, religion, ideology, etc. So, peace movement believes that no one should create war or wage war on each other about these topics. Next one is military power is not equivalent to justice. Though many nations or many countries believe that their military power will be equivalent to justice or will surpass justice sometimes, but the members of peace movement believe that military power is not equivalent to justice. Next one is proliferation of nuclear weapon and weapons of mass destruction. Something like bioweapons should be stopped. Proliferation means the expansion expansion of new nuclear weapon and weapon of mass destruction should be stopped. Another thing is export of some destructive weapons like handheld machine gun or grenades should be banned, because these kind of weapons are used to destroy many lives in different countries. Next, come to the history of peace movement. First peace movement was established in New York. The New York Peace Society was established in 1850. It was led by theologian means dharma tattvavid, David Lloyd Dodge, and its activity was holding regular meetings, producing and circulating literature describing the horrors of war. As it was led by theologian David Lloyd Dodge, and it was established on the Christian background. It emphasized on Christian ethics and Christian laws to promote peace. Next one is London Peace Society. It was established in 1816. Its another name is Society for the Promotion of Permanent and Universal Peace. It was led by a philanthropist named William Allen. Next, a organization called Olive Leaf Circle. It was established in London, and it was led by the British women. Next, first International Peace Congress was held in 1843 in London. It was arranged by London Peace Society, and it was led by Elihu Barrett, which was American consul to Birmingham, and another person named Reverend Henry Richard, who was a Christian priest. These two people led the first International Peace Congress. On that Congress, two aims were taken, or two aims were made, that to promote peaceful negotiation in the affairs of nations. When two nations are indulged in any problem or any situation of war, then this conference will create peaceful negotiations for the people, or for the nations. Another one is creation of an international organization to achieve these peaceful negotiations, or something like this. Okay, let's see some word meanings which will be important for us. First one is diplomacy, the activity or skill of managing international relation. This is called diplomacy. Next one is boycott. Boycott means non-cooperation or exclusion. Diverse means difference or variety. Sustainability means maintenance or preservation. Potential means effective or efficient. Campaign means work to achieve some particular goals. Noteworthy means significant or remarkable. Equivalent means similar or identical. These word meanings will be needed for us to understand the text. Now I will request you to go through the text of Unit 10, Lesson 5, and then try to answer the questions or the flowcharts I will give you on the Google Classroom app on my lecture date. Thank you everyone for attending the class.